Hey, good morning. I believe it's Tuesday, February 2nd, and just saying good morning. It's 11:26 a.m. I just got done with a guitar part. I'm sitting here. I wanted to say a couple different personal things. First of all, hello and good morning, and you know, amazing what a cup of coffee and another day's perspective can do for you. But nothing really changed for me as far as the employment or anything like that. But this thing seems to be stuck on the Zoom. Okay. What I'm saying though is I gotta feel a little different, a little better about life in general today. And playing a country styled, Grateful Dead jamble with my limited knowledge of chord and fingering, note progressions on my guitar. And I'm starting to see my son and myself uh, in a different light, maybe different perspective. I don't know. I've said some very unkind things, and I've felt very, you know, aggressively upset about, my personal experience in my life, what I put online, previous videos, journal entries. I guess I had to air out my initial, my shock and awe, initial impact of my bursting onto the world in a media sensibility. Not that anybody cares about me. I understand. I'm not delusional, but I was kind of using the videos as a one party phone call to people who I can't call, but I would prefer to have aired out things privately. And I ended up making an ass of myself, hopefully in a positive setting by showing videos with grievances and frustrations. And I figured out what it is that I get so happy and built and pent up in my personal experience here that I end up, I want to increase. Like everybody else, you want to do something. I physically don't get out of the house. I physically have no choices to. I mean, everybody has a ability to walk around the block, and if they're working, I know. I'm like the anti healthy guy of the workforce, people my age, and I don't want to be in that stance. I really never did. I mean, just because I didn't want to work at everybody's coffee shop or take whatever came my way to keep my face clear in the community, it didn't mean I wanted to be a distorted bad guy, deviant, as a psycho, pretending to be a musician, living off public assistance or food stamps or whatever the hell else. I've been trying very hard to take very little from the community in terms of services and financial aid while I'm not working and I'm showing up, you know, to my son's school and things, and I'm just keeping my face in the crowd, and yet I don't, I just wish I didn't. I had personal problems about separation issues. I don't know why I'm not the most eligible bachelor, and ultimately why I can't have a conversation with a woman uh, to be available for me to have a conversation with in so many years in my community, in my hometown. I guess you can't help but feel blacklisted and pushed out and ostracized if you have to evaluate your time the way I do. But I'm trying not to stay in the negative. Unfortunately, I live in the gray. I don't live in the in the shining daylight world of functional adults apparently. But I just wanted to say, I started out, I guess I have to say that I just I just want to stretch out of the box that I seem to be nailed shut in. I believe way before my time. And I'm trying very hard to make sense with the hours. I know most people are going to say, well, you wasted your time doing your thing instead of doing our thing, and that's why you were alone in your thing, and we didn't want to know you in your, with our thing. It's not really that way, but that's the way it seems to be. I've been putting videos together daily. I haven't been broadcasting them on the YouTube or MySpace blogs or anything the past few days. I don't think any of them are really worthy of attention. I'm starting to see it for what it is. This is just, you know, stupid. It's just stupid. But I've said some very weird, unkind, dramatic things. And I hope, in perspective, which I seem to maintain, after I put the camera off and I walk away from the computer and I make these videos, I'm not sitting here deranged. I don't believe. I'm very much so trying to keep a degree of physical fitness and well-being, and I'm not harboring any craziness against people. I've been dealing with the fear of threat to harm me in my community with the recent wave of violent crimes that were going on, and homicides and stabbings and things. That got to me, and I definitely don't want to be. I'm in better shape this winter than maybe I was in the summer last year, in that I'm trying to keep my sense of isolation and inactivity, really, subdue it, because you don't have to do that. You never, and money's very tight, and the long story short is, I live from month to month with a disability check, and I wish I had some other people to talk to get me the hell out of here in this lifestyle. I am grateful that we have the quality of living that we have in America and in Utica, as is, even as a disabled guy. I put these back on. My eyes get used to wearing these. You feel better with them, and they take a little while to focus when they come off. So I'm grateful for everything. You guys, I'm doing good. I'm doing good because people want me to do good, and they're providing the federal aid for me to do good, and don't screw up. Don't be an idiot. Don't get too far. Don't get too caught up with yourself. And I know there's I all I can say is that I'm definitely trying to, look at my hand. I'm definitely trying to chop through the nonsense. I'm chop, 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 chop. I'm reading the MSN. I'm reading all the current headlines daily. I always do, and I'm trying to be topical in some capacity, whether it's local and regional, or is it something national or international. The thing with China and their relations with America, if we hold the Dalai Lama as a visitor and all these, those are scary thoughts, man. And there's a lot worse than that, But I actually try to, make sense of it, and where I fit in it, and I don't want to. I believe that, unfortunately, I believe, or fortunately, as John Lennon used to say in his videos, and whatever bullshit that was in his movie that he made, fortunately or unfortunately, it makes sense to say it though. Is hey, uh, shit, I forget what I'm gonna say when I think of that. Hold on.